What's up, everybody? Ben here, back in the game room. It is Sunday morning. It's snowing outside. I was gonna go out and do a fancy breakfast and everything for my girlfriend, but that's not happening. Instead, I ordered us bagels in, and I'm in here in my game room recording some video for you this Sunday morning. I have a few pickups that came in. We had a nice Whatnot auction last Friday. A lot of cool stuff went out. Again, trying to do Whatnot auctions every week. I'm going to try and do one this Friday, I think at 8 p.m. I'll put a little thing right here as usual for my Whatnot auction if you're interested. In the meantime, I wanted to talk about the pickups this week. Nothing too crazy. Well, actually, that's not true at all. I got some amazing stuff this week. The real highlight is a deal I got off of eBay. I made an offer on a bulk lot for somebody, and I was just really nice to the guy. He messaged me thanking me for buying his stuff that he enjoyed, and he's glad I was going to a new home, and so we got to talking. And it just turned into more and more and more stuff. So I actually have 2 boxes from him to show. And then there's a 3rd box coming, which I'll have to put in the next video because it hasn't arrived yet. But then I also have some other things I can show off here. Really cool things, and I'm not really all that heavily invested into them either. The guy was just super great to deal with. So I'm going to show off that stuff, and I guess that's it. In the future, I'm going to do some other videos. Maybe this week sometime I'm thinking about doing a video on one of the poll topics. People wanted to see me talk about cheap games on a specific system. Another thing I was thinking about, I have other items that I was thinking about talking about that I haven't pulled, but as always, if you're interested in hearing about a subject, please leave a comment. Please also do me a favor, like the video. All the likes help the channel be seen, and make sure you subscribe. A lot of people watch these videos aren't subscribed yet. I think we're up to 1131 subscribers, so that's awesome. Anyway, let's get to the pickups. I never ever find TurboGrafx games in the wild, much less on eBay, and definitely not at bargain prices. And I ended up getting these 2 games off of eBay on a buy it now listing for 20 bucks plus shipping. I think it was $23 total for these 2 games, Legendary Axe and Blazing Lasers. I was actually surprised to know that I did not have Blazing Lasers. I think this was a launch title for TurboGrafx in the United States. And it's a shoot 'em up game. It is really good, even today. What was so funny is when I was testing this game, Blazing Lasers, I ended up playing it all the way till the end, and then I, of course, screwed up at the end and couldn't beat the game. But it is an awesome shoot 'em up. I would highly recommend it. But it's staying in my collection because I don't have it already. Legendary Axe, on the other hand, also a fun game. Just sort of a side-scrolling platform action game. Really good game. I actually have it in the box with the manual. But as always, the logic with this type of lot is sell the Legendary Axe. I think I could easily get 40 bucks for this, probably more, and then keep the Blazing Lasers. So we're going to profit a little bit off of this and then get a TurboGrafx game added to the collection. So really happy with this pickup. I'm trying to get a good angle on this sitting down, but this next pickup was about, I think, $40 plus shipping, so maybe about 48 bucks. And it's a bunch of mostly PlayStation stuff. There's a little bit better angle for you. It was an odds and ends lot, essentially. And they actually gave me some free stuff and contacted me again because they were happy dealing with me the first time and wanted to sell to me again. So I have another box coming, so you'll see that probably this week on the channel. Anyway, first we got a whole bunch of like randomness. So like PS4 documentation, looks like some AV cables. I'm using a new selfie stick today, so excuse me. Some AV cables, a headset, other randomness, a couple, looks like a remote control for PS2. I'm not really familiar with that stuff. But anyway, those are just odds and ends they threw in. And they also threw in these random items that they said weren't working. So I don't know if they're going to work or not, but 007, loose disc, it's scratched. But I think it'll probably work. This Travis, Freestyle Motocross, McGrath, Pastrana. And then this, it's not Need for Speed. It's actually Terminator Rise of the Machines, but I see top scratches on it. I'm pretty convinced that this is not going to work. But then the rest were all a part of it. So we have a whole bunch of PS4 games, Dead Rising, which I think I have already, Crash, which I know I have, a couple UFC, WWE, Uncharted, Resident Evil 4. That one I might keep because I don't think I have the PS4 version of that. I think I'd like to have an HD version of the game. Or not an HD, but like a current version of the game, if that makes sense. Uncharted 4, Sims 4, MX vs. ATV, and Uncharted Collection on PS4. All part of it. I have most of these games already, but we'll keep 1 or 2 of them, and then the rest will either go on eBay or whatnot. Also included a nice clean copy of Twisted Metal 3 on PS1. We'll definitely be able to sell that. Mortal Kombat on PS3, which I have already, a weird resealed Madden 13, and NASCAR 98 on PS1. So not bad for about $40 plus shipping. Just kidding, there are 3 more games in that lot. I didn't grab them for whatever reason. Simpsons game, which again, literally I just picked up, and of course it comes in a bulk lot. That's how these things work. WWE 12 and World Series of Poker. Nothing too crazy, but yeah, they were in that pickup. All right, so here's the 2 big pickups of the week from the same guy. This first lot was listed, I think, as 72 Xbox pieces. And as you can tell already, it's mostly Xbox 360 stuff. And a few things you might not be able to tell are pretty special in it. So, yeah, I paid $70 shipped. He had it at a price, he was just like, make an offer. And I said $50 plus the $20 you're asking shipping, and he took it. You can see it's a lot of loose disc stuff, but as you dig in, you'll see it's pretty good. First, so you know, there's like a whole stack right here of just loose disc, fairly common games, maybe like $5 games or so. I didn't pull them all out because I wasn't going to show them off, but definitely a decent amount of fairly quality games. You can see like Mirror's Edge and Lost Planet. Let's see, what do we got here? Deus Ex. Nothing too crazy, just cheap games. They'll all find a way to part out or bundle up or something like that. These loose games that I sort of put out are the ones that I think are more interesting. We'll just go through them. One big one is Fear 3. I think loose this goes for like $35 or $40. Orange Box, Phantasy Star Universe. We've got 2 SmackDown games, 2007, 2010, Terminator Salvation, Soul Calibur, Viva Pinata, Alpha Protocol, Fairy Tale Fights, Lord of the Rings War in the North, Resident Evil, Operation Raccoon City, Beowulf, Need for Speed Most Wanted, Space Marine, GTA 5, both discs, Dragon's Dogma, Dynasty Warriors, Strike Force, Dynasty Warriors 6, another Dynasty Warriors game, Never Dead, and Mortal Kombat. All loose. None of them, are too crazy, except for Fear 3, but definitely some desirable titles in there. We also have I'm not going to pull out the case, Last Remnant, which is a Square RPG, and then a bunch of complete in-box games. I put a couple that I thought were special on top, Midnight Club and Dead or Alive 4, but you can see most of them are, they're just decent titles, Fables, Grand Theft Autos, things like that. You can sort of see why I was willing to spend the money. And it also included the GTA book, and these 3 unopened games. So this one unfortunately doesn't have the cellophane on it, so I don't know if I can call it sealed, but it does have this seal on it. So maybe I could sell it as like new, BioShock Infinite. Not too special. These 2 are completely sealed and have the cellophane on it. So 99 Nights 2, completely sealed, beautiful condition. I'm not going to keep it, even though I don't have this game for the collection. I don't really collect sealed stuff, so I'm going to sell it, I think. And GTA episodes from Liberty City, same deal, completely sealed. So there was one other item I forgot to mention that was in that box as well, and I didn't have space for it, which is an Xbox One white controller, which also seems to be in pretty good shape. So yeah, all of that for $70. And then when I talked to him, he sent me this next lot. So here's the second box that he sent me. We agreed to $50 shipped on this. So including shipping, this was all $50. And he said, these are just another cabinet that I found. I don't need these things anymore. What can you pay me for them? And he agreed very quickly to $50 shipped. He said apparently it was the price he thought of in his mind. So anyway, a lot of stuff here and some stories along the way. So first, a bunch of loose disc games. You can see, unfortunately, he gave me this Animal Crossing that I think is not going to work. There's if you look on the bottom, there's a nick on the disc that I think is just not fixable. So unfortunately, that'll probably get tossed. A few randomness, but then a bunch of decent quality loose disc things. GTA, Vice City, San Andreas, a bunch of Ratchet and Clank games, Battlefront, Shadow the Hedgehog, the original Monster Hunter, Twisted Metal on PS1, that's a good one, Resident Evil, Code Veronica X. Here's a bunch of PS3 sports games, whatever. Those are just going to try to get whatever we can for them. And then some complete in-box stuff up here. GTA San Andreas, another Lord of the Rings Return of the King, Infamous, that's a really good game, whatever. And then, of course, the handheld stuff. So when we talked, he said, I have these handhelds. The Gameboy Advance Sp works. And I'll include that, and I definitely wanted this. You can see it's a little worn, but it works perfectly fine. I charged it up, everything is fine with it. And it came with a couple games, Bionicle and Tac 2. Tac 2 might actually be one I keep. And then this DS Lite, which he said was not working. But like, honestly, I booted it up. I put games in it, both GBA and Game Boy Advance. And at first it wasn't working. I mean, it didn't seem like when I turned it on, like it was reading the carts, but I cleaned everything out and now it seems to work perfectly fine. So a DS Lite, a working DS Lite is part of the deal. And the DS came with New Super Mario Bros., New Super Mario Bros. 2, and Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. All of which I think I will probably be trading. If I was to keep any of them, it'd be Monster Hunter, but I think I have that already. So anyway, nice little pickup. So again, all of this was $50. I mean, the reality is the GBA SP I will easily get $40 or $50 on, and then everything else is gravy. A lot of this is going to end up on Whatnot. I don't really need a whole lot of this here. And then this dude's going to have one more box of stuff that is already on its way probably next week. More randomness, so more to come on that. That's it for this week's pickups. Please be sure to like the video. I'd really appreciate it. Gonna have a Whatnot auction, I think, this Friday, which would be the 18th, if I'm not mistaken. At I'm gonna do it at 8 p.m. I ran it at 8:30 last time, and I just found that I was getting a little sleepy towards the end. I work early in the morning, so doing a Whatnot auction for a couple hours at the end of the day kind of wears me down a little bit. So I'm gonna run it at 8 p.m. Eastern time this Friday. Be sure to check it out. I'll put the thing here. Make sure to go in my link tree and check out all my socials, my Instagram, if you want to talk about trading games or anything like that. You have stuff you're looking to get rid of. Check out my eBay, all that stuff. Again, leave a comment if you found anything interesting in this video and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And that's it. So until next time, see y'all later.